Okay, so we're going to start with a new project and we're going to go into our Reaper preferences settings, and under audio we're going to check that our device is indeed our device. So the SSL 2 Plus is the audio interface that we use with MIDI in and out. Go to MIDI inputs, double click on your interface, and you want to make sure enable input from this device is checked along with enable input for control messages. We're going to go into MIDI outs and make sure enable output to this device is checked and no SPP/continue is also checked. We're also going to go to the playback and uncheck stop repeat playback at the end of the project. Once you've made those settings, you can hit apply and OK. So we can do our arrangement. So right click and click add to track. And we're going to add our audio track channel here, which is where we put our audio files that we want cut. And right click again and we'll have a MIDI track as well, which will be where our automation goes, such as lead-ins, wind-ons, spirals out, all that kind of stuff. So next we're going to set up our sends and the hardware outputs on our automation track. Either click where the cursor is now or on the routing tab on the channel. Change the MIDI hardware output to your interface and send to channel 1. Then select input, MIDI, your interface and channel 1. You can also go into the record output, MIDI. I'm not sure how necessary this step is, but I did it anyway. Next we'll insert a marker into the timeline. So you can just right click and insert marker, and I'll give this a name, kind of the start of cut. Next we're going to assign our actions, so this will be our transport, play, stop, and also the marker. So in the toolbar select actions and show actions list, or you can press shift and question mark and that will come up. So first we'll map our play button, so if you type transport play in here, select it. I'll just delete our previous one. So we'll go add, and now this is when you can go to the manual cut page on your unit and you want to hit play. And that will then map note 48 to the transport play button in Reaper. And we're going to repeat a similar process for stop and also go to marker 1. So I'll just delete the old one, you click add, you can press stop, and now we have note 50 added. And we'll do a similar thing for the marker as well. So type in marker, I think it's called go to marker. And we'll find our marker 1, I'll just delete this previous one, press add. Then we can hit the locator button in the manual cut page. And then we have note 52 attached to that. So that's all good. So those are all set up now. So you can see when I hit play, it plays the project, and stop. And also locator returns it to that first locator position. So we'll just see this in action. So I'll drag the MIDI clips, which I'll make available to you. We'll drag them into the arrangement onto the automation track. Just loaded a preset there on the automation system. I've just moved the head slightly away from the limit switch. So you can see I press start, it starts the project, the system receives the lead-in MIDI note and executes the lead-in, which involves a head down and a spiral in. And then you can see it doing a wind on or a track gap, and then it receives the lead out function. It does a lead out, head lifts, and then it returns home. And that's it. That's how you set it up for Reaper.